So, looks like it's time for another motorcycle trip. And since we really like the adventure side of things, we figure we'd get a little bit dirtier. I cut my teeth on motocross way back when I was a kid. Figure, what the hell? Let's give it a bit of dirt and see what happens.
I'm Misha. I'm from Germany. I'm Kevin from Switzerland.
Last night with the boys, having a beer, after being on the bike just for a moment, you know. Slimy, greasy tires on my bike. Doesn't matter. Professional driver that I am. You note the beard that's on the big golden Buddha. I think that actually is a swarm of bees. I don't know what the hell that is, but apparently it can cure all kinds of things. We're getting ready to take off on a dirt hill climb this morning. I guess a small amount of trepidation. We'll see if everybody comes out of this alive. That was a really tough stretch there, full of really deep ruts, brutal. It really was, you know. I mean, the idea of this whole trip was an adventure trip. It was an adventure riding trip, some dirt, some pavement. One thing is for sure, I'm not an adventure rider. That was the most difficult motorcycle riding that I've ever done in my life by 100 times. It was unbelievably difficult. Lots of people down, including me, but when I went down, it was just it basically just fell down because the stuff was so slippery. The rear end of the bike just went sideways for no reason. But holy crap, the dirt, the dust, don't get at the bottom, at the back of the pack. Because at the back of the pack, your visor is completely covered in shit. You can't see, you can't use your visor. So you got to keep your visor up. And then when you do that, you're eating clouds of dust, and it's to the point where you actually can't see the road. There's so much dust, and then the sun shines through, and you can't see anything. I mean, you're completely blinded. So it becomes a very dangerous situation. So you're going like really, really slow. I think we went about 150 kilometers today in first gear. You can't get out of first gear. That's steep hills, the dirt, the ruts, everything else. It was just extremely difficult. Okay, we're going to shoot the rapids first. So, when did you start with the rings?
I started when I was 5 years. So now I am 27.
Okay, and how many rings have you got?
15 rings and 2 kilos.
2 kilos.
Yeah.
Will you take more rings, or are you finished?
I will 10 more.
10 more?
No, I will get more.
Oh. So how many rings? Do you know how many rings? How many? Let me see. Death Hill. This is a son of a bitch to get up this around that corner down there. Wow. And as a result of that, a couple of people have got to be down. I ate 1.5 pounds of cement today on the dust path. Not a path. Some kind of death spiral thing that... This piece of road that we just came off was about 40 kilometers of really twisty, beautiful pavement, lots of curves. You really had to ride, and we were moving along here. There's another group that was behind us trying to catch up to us, but they were not successful in doing so. I think that this is where you're supposed to think about it first.
Hold on tight.
Look,
Okay,
yeah,
nobody jump off.
that's right. Carl the Fearless.
Could have been a catapult.
So each one of these little huts here is a place where you have lunch. You sit down like this. If you're the traditional style where you take your shoes off and you sit down cross-legged in there, or if the farang like we are, you sit like this. And this is actually called a green fuck. What happens here is along the way, the monks will stop at various places like this, and the places will give them food. And that's just the way it's done here.
Thank you very much.
The big long boat starts here, and as you can see, it goes way down there. These are really big long boats. We're here for lunch at this little restaurant, and we're looking around inside. It's got a very sort of a Chinese theme to it, and this is part of, I think, of the Chinese area that was given to them by the Thais, that were allowed to come here and populate this area to keep from getting killed at home. But look at this. Look at this. Here's a pleasant surprise. What a beautiful place this is. Very, very nice. You want to go first? Yeah. Here's George. George is the guy who actually does all the work. Keeps all our bikes in order, gets us into the right places, meets us when necessary, and always has the beer. A short, long day, hot as hell again. Here we are at Chiang Rai. This is our hotel over here. Here we are at the famous White Temple. It's some kind of a conglomeration of various religions, including Michael Jackson, of all things. Here we have the Well of Souls as the entry, I guess. Dad Zooks, look at this guy. These are gold leaf balls, and you see all that stuff down there? That's gold leaf, just laying there. And there's a stack of it. Okay, there's our ferry crossing. Getting on down there. It'll be a half-hour wait, but fortunately there's a bar down there by the water, of course. And it's about 32 degrees here. It's stinking hot, humid. All right, so here we are inside. It's the fish, the natural toe cleaning fish. They seem to be keeping a wide berth from my feet, though. Yeah, this is the top of the 1148 highway, the twisty highway, coming up here. You wouldn't think they would grow corn up this high, but apparently they do. So this is a nice vista. This is the view from our room in Pai, the town of Pai, P-A-I. There's a large hippie population here. It's a very cool looking spot. I guess we're gonna find that out. We gotta now do a 15-minute walk to the restaurant. Okay, so we're still walking down this main street in Pai trying to find our restaurant. This thing goes on forever. It's there's a lot of people here.
Now we are in Pai. It's after midnight. We first wanted to go back to the hotel, but Joe said we have to go somewhere. And we didn't believe that we find a place to go, but after maybe 20 minutes walking in the streets where nothing happened in this fucking town, we find a place where the party goes on.
These are natural orchids, as you can see. They basically have no, they're not attached to anything, and they just suck moisture out of the air. And these suckers here are actually in direct sunlight, which you'd think would cook them, but obviously not.
I must have seen this before.
So we're in Nan, the town of Nan, or the city of Nan. This brand new giant resort that we're staying in. Interestingly, we're the only people here. But then you find out that they have no marketing program, no website, they don't serve food, and they don't serve liquor. And then they wonder why the place is empty. Even though this place has no liquor and no food and everything else, we've managed to drink
Yes.
And this is the actual Golden Triangle. We have Myanmar over here, Laos over there, and I think this is the Mekong River here, the mighty Mekong. I didn't realize that the Golden Triangle actually was a triangle, but it is, where the rivers meet. Here's the Opium Museum up here. We're going to go in there. I understand that they have free samples, so we're going to go and find out. A variety of opium pipes. They look like quite the apparatus, actually.
Welcome to the Fern Resort at Mae Sot.
Food at the Fern Inn. Look at this.
Fern Resort.
Fern Resort. Pardon me. This is the problem with this tour. The food is always horrible. I mean, the service is really disgusting. It's rather nasty turn of events last night. Seems that we may have eaten some poisoned dog at the Chinese food restaurant, and there was a couple of very sick people. Lori got really sick, puking at both ends. Carl, the other guy from Louisiana, I don't know, Cajun Carl. In any case, yeah, he had a real hard time of it too. And now we got a whole bunch of mileage to do today. I myself am not feeling right. So I wonder what this is indicative of.
It ain't easy, Jim.
Gas! Give it gas! It can be done. Carl gets major points, proving that Cajuns are the only ones with big balls around here going across that bridge.
Hey, if that video gets lost, I'm gonna really be pissed.
Yeah. So in the middle of nowhere, we knew there was hot springs around, but look at this thing bubbling out of the ground. It's steaming hot water. Kevin, what do you think of that road?
That was the best road of the whole trip. Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the greatest off-road on the whole trip.
We took the highway. They took the dirt road. We met each other within a minute. They had just got off the bike, so we pulled up. So unbelievably good timing. And now it's pretty much a straight haul into Chiang Mai. After almost 2 weeks, and I don't know, close to 1,900 kilometers of the twistiest roads you've ever seen in your life. I don't think there's any more curves that can be had. It was a fantastic trip, and here we are back at the shop, all safe and sound. Thank you all. Thank you very much.